Hello, it's day 4 of our trip around the Bagua map. Today, day 4, is the wealth and abundance sector. You know, most of my friends typically want to know, well, how is this feng shui stuff going to make me money? Here's one way. Now, this particular sector works primarily with the long-term wealth building. So if you're needing money like right now, that's going to be covered on day 8. But it's still really good to have a long-term plan and understand what your relationship with money is, because that's really the big thing about this. So the wealth sector, as I mentioned in the headline, is right here. It's the purple sector. It is the southeast part of your space. It belongs with the wood element. The wood element is one of those aspects that elements, you know. And so, like yesterday, we were talking about the wood element being part of the family and ancestors sector, as well as this wealth and abundance sector. If you think about it, you've got your family tree, you've got your roots, but then you're also talking about building a nest egg. That's kind of a good way to remember, you know, why, you know, how this works together. The abundance and the wealth part, it's again, it's really got to look at what is that? You need to define what is money. What does money mean to you? What is abundance? When you have a lot of money, people think immediately, oh, you're so rich. Well, then why is it that so many of these millionaires and billionaires keep doing everything in their power to get more greedy? When is enough enough? And why? What is the purpose? Is it a hoarding thing? Is it because they define that the number, that, you know, it's a competition thing? Is that part of it? You know, there's that old story about a fisherman who, you know, he got hired by some rich, wealthy businessman to go out on, you know, take him on a fishing trip. And, you know, he was like, wow, the businessman was saying, someday I just want to retire so I can go and be out on a boat and go fishing whenever I want and come home at night to a you know, nice place to relax. You know, the fisherman's like, well, why don't you do that now, like me? Anyway, there's more to it. I'm not going to go into it. You can kind of get the gist, though. But yeah, if you are in a position where you're wanting to bring in more money, number one, you need to understand what is it that you want that money to do. What is it that you need the money to do for you? It could be, is it because you wanted a nicer house? Okay, great. Instead of saying, I need more money, you think about the money as being the vehicle to get you from apartment to a home. The money itself is just energy. It is just an energy. But if you're not comfortable with the concept of money, if you were taught that, oh, it's better to give than receive, then of course you're going to put receiving down at a lower level energetically as giving. So you're going to find, you know, every time you get money in, you'll immediately like, oh my God, this is like toxic, sticky, I gotta get it away from me, get away from me. That's not gonna help you build your nest egg. That's going to keep the money in flow, true, but it's not going to help you build the nest egg. So that's why we really need to talk about the concept, the mental aspect of the money piece. A couple of things that, though, you can put in there to help you as you are wanting to build up this part of your sector is vertical things. So like yesterday I had a bamboo in here. But because this is the yang money, or the yang wood element, this is about action, this is movement, this is also about colors. It's about jewel tones, purples, greens, gold, you know, some of these, you know, the things that feel wealthy to you. Some of the stones that people will bring in are amethyst and citrine. often citrine. Did you know citrine can actually be just heated amethyst that makes it turn yellow? I didn't know that until a couple years ago. Uh, the other things too, again, color-wise, texture-wise, you want it to be kind of a little bit shinier, a little bit, again, the more rich, the velvety, things that just feel like elegant. Silk, some of the basic things is, bringing in something silk that has that, that nice, those bright, saturated colors. Pearls are also really good to put in here because it has that seawater element, the feel of the sea, so there's that watery kind of connotation. You need good water sources to make that wood element grow. This is, again, the jewel tone. I think I already talked that. Some of the other stuff, though, that you can do to help with the mindset piece is when you're thinking about, what is this abundance going to be bringing to me? And you might see, feel a little bit of I don't know if I can handle getting $1 million all at once. Right now, bring it. I have done a lot of work around this. A lot of the family stories, for me particularly, were ones of, well, money's the root of all evil. Why would you want that? And I think there's a lot of other people who've also grown up with that. When you make good friends with that, with money as a personal archetype, you can bring a lot of fabulous things into your world. How I did, one of the things that I did to really instill a good, solid, refocused, and reframed idea around abundance was to first show gratitude what you have. Look at anything in your space that is telling the story of scarcity. One of my favorite metaphors is if you think about a college student moving into their first apartment. They don't really have a lot of finances. They don't have extra money for anything. And they're driving along and there's, oof, look, it's a coffee table and it has all 4 legs. And yeah, it's a kind of bit beat up, but it's just sitting on the curb and it's free. Yes, instant abundance. Boom. That coffee table is now a symbol of good fortune and good luck. Fast forward 10 years later. Graduated, have a good job, moving into your first house, but suddenly you're unwilling to part with the coffee table. Is that coffee table still a symbol of good luck and abundance? Maybe. If you're looking at it from that perspective, like, oh, look at these treasured memories, all the things, these wonderful things that we did, and it was just, we had so much fun, having our little get-togethers around this. But now if you're looking at it like, oh, I can't get rid of that, I don't think I can afford to buy another one. Now it's become a symbol of scarcity and lack. So which coffee table would you rather have? One that says, I'm the luckiest person ever? Or the one that says, I can't afford anything, I don't deserve anything nicer than something I found on the side of the road? Gotta pick. So a couple of the oils, my favorite one to help bring in that extra sensory element of feng shui is the Abundance Blend by Young Living. I love this blend. It's also one of the pricier ones, but it doesn't take a lot, and it's just delicious. However, if you're not able to find that one and you need something that's kind of a quick pick-me-up, this peppermint blend is also pretty delightful. You can find peppermint pretty much anywhere. I mean, heck, you can just get peppermint gum and smell it, or just get an actual peppermint plant and have that growing in your space. Mint itself is, pretty readily available. Now, the emotional component to those 2 different oil blends are similar and yet kind of different. The Abundance Blend is more about building up that long-term, kind of more even keel relationship with financial abundance. Peppermint, on the other hand, is kind of more of that bump to get you over the hump. It's that, let's bring in the neighborhood, a couple of folks and get your car moving and get your kick started again. You don't want people pushing your car the whole time. You want to be able to get that going. So if you have to choose one or the other for the moment, I'd start with the peppermint to get yourself that boost, and then move to abundance, to that abundance oil. Both of them, of course, are available from Young Living. I'm sure there's some other blends that mimic the abundance blend from Young Living. But those are the two that I have right here. So let's go ahead and start with the tapping phrases for the peppermint, okay? So I'll just get myself arranged here. And remember, always get to the spot on the back of your head where the atlas meets the C1. So just kind of tap right there. Just take a deep breath and say, I accept growth. I am self-sufficient. I am open to new experiences. It's a cosmic game, and I'm safe to play it. And take a deep breath. And of course, you're wanting to smell the oil and then do the tapping and then smell it again and see if it doesn't change a little bit. Because a lot of times it does. It's the coolest thing. Then once it's time for you have found some abundance oil, or you found a friend who has some and they're willing to put some on a cotton ball for you if finances don't allow you to go buy that. This is the tapping that I'd like you to do for that one. Same place. Take a deep breath. First you smell the oil and then do this, okay? I ask and I accept. I am expressing my passion. I am in alignment with divine flow. I accept my emotions. I go to the depths, and it is safe for me to receive. Tell me, I'd love to find out if you have done any of these little tapping things while you're standing in that particular sector, to see how you're feeling now about the prospect of maybe having money come over with lots of friends and watching this parade in and out of your space with constant, ever-growing amounts. Because, when one does have an abundance of financial blessings, they can then turn around and be the giver. They can go out and really impact a lot of people's lives for the positive. And if you're not quite in that position yet, it's okay for you to be the receiver. There has to be both, and they are both equally important. Because if there's nobody to give to, there's nobody, there's no fun. If there's nobody to receive, well, you got to have both. That's how it works. It's the yin and yang, and it's always changing, because we can always bless whoever's in our life. Because maybe it's not money. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's a smile. Maybe it's a positive attitude. Maybe it's a skill or a trait that you would like to share, some kind of knowledge. That is also abundance. All right, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll be coming to you a little bit earlier, but tomorrow is day 5. Day 5 is a big one. Health. See you tomorrow.